everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sophie and today's video is going to be a reading vlog for Final Book Support Group. So Final Book Support Group is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a readathon hosted by Steph over at Steph Loves, where you prioritise reading final books, or you can do like continuing series. There's like a bingo board that you can do. So I'm just going to tell you what my TBR is and then we'll get on to reading. So I've got two choices for final book. The first one is The Bronze Beast by Roshani Chokshi. I was hoping to read this one in the last round of Final Book Support Group, but I didn't get around to it, so this is going to be the first one I'm going to read this time, so I definitely get it done. This is the third book in the Gilded Wolves series, and we follow a sort of band of misfits who all join up together. It's like a found family kind of thing, and there's a heist. It's set in like the late 1800s, and there's like the Order of Babel, and they try to steal artifacts from the Order of Babel, and then things don't go quite their way, and we go from there. So yeah, this one's really good. If you like Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, I think you'd really enjoy this one, but this is more in like a historical setting, so it's like completely different. And then the second final book for this round is Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. This is the sequel to Kings of the Wild. So in Kings of the Wild, we're following a group of old men who were mercenaries, and they've retired. You know, they don't want that life anymore. And then one of their daughters, Rose, she goes off and joins a fight, and they have to get the band of misfits back together and go and save her. But they're all like old men, so like it's just really funny. It's really good. And I read that maybe a couple of years ago, so I'm really excited to get to this one. This is the sort of sequel, and I think this is the story of the daughter. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. Sorry, I do actually have three final books. The third one is Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. This is like a companion series. This is the third one. I think it's like Fixer Up. I'm not sure what the series is called, but this is the third book in that series. And I thought I'd just chuck in a romance as well if I fancy a bit of a change in genre. I've got two options for continuation station. So this is, again, just continuing series. These are both second books in series, and then maybe in the next round I can read the final book in them. So the first one is The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. I read the Atlas 6 last year and I really enjoyed it, and I've been wanting to get to this one for quite a long time and just haven't gotten around to it. This is like a dark academia book, and loads of people have read this one. I feel like I'm late to the party, so I'm hoping to get to this one this time. And then the last one is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out series, and this one is following Nash, who we met in the previous book. Again, just sort of romance. A bit of a change in genre might be good if I'm getting a bit, you know, just want to mix it up every now and again. So those are my options for this round. I'm going to start with The Bronze Beast, and I'll probably read either Tools of Engagement or Things We Hide from the Light alongside that, but I'll give you guys an update when I've started reading. Hey guys, so I'm just coming in to give you a quick update on The Bronze Beast by Roshani Chokshi. I've got it in my book sleeve so you can't see it. Also, it's 27 degrees here in the UK and it's absolutely boiling. Honestly, it's so hot. Like, UK houses are built to keep the heat in. Like, we are not used to this heat. This is hot for us and it's just like unbearable. But anyway, onto the book. So I'm just about halfway-ish, just under halfway through. I'm really enjoying this one so far. So we're straight back into the main plot. There's a lot of plotting and scheming, as we expect with like a sort of heist storyline. It's really nice being reunited with all these characters again. Like, I read the second one I think last year, so I've had quite a bit of a break between reading the second and the third book. Yeah, it's really nice being with these characters again. I thought that maybe when I started this I would need to like read a refresher, but thrown straight back into the plot, you're kind of like, there's a sort of brief reminder of what has happened, so you don't necessarily need to have a reminder. But as soon as I was kind of like a couple of chapters in, I was like, yep, I remember everything. I remember where we are with the plot. I remember what's happened. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. I'm loving being back with these characters, and I'm really excited to finish this one. I do think I can get this one finished maybe tomorrow morning, because it's a really quick read actually. I've only been reading for a little bit of time and I'm nearly halfway through. So yeah, hopefully it carries on being this good and it's a great end to the series. But yeah, we shall see, and I'll check back in with you guys when I'm finished. Hey guys, so it's now the next day and I have just finished The Bronze Beast by Roshani Chokshi. So first book down for this readathon, and I'm going to give this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this one. So the plot wrapped up really nicely. There was high stakes for every single character, so you're rooting for everyone. You want everyone to survive and whatnot. Yeah, I really love this one. Like the plot and the world, the magic system is so unique. I love the setting that it's in. Like, is it 1890? It's like the late 1800s. Is that the 19th century? 19th century France, I think. The late 1800s, whatever century that is. Yeah, really, really good. I absolutely love this one. So yeah, going to give this 4 stars, and I'd highly recommend this series if you haven't read it. So I think I'm going to move on to, I've got Tools of Engagement downstairs. So that's like my romance if I want to dip into that. And then I think the next book I'm going to pick up is Bloody Rose. So I think I'm going to read a bit of this one, see how I'm feeling. If I'm not feeling fantasy, move over to the romance, but I'm feeling in a bit more of a fantasy mood than romance at the moment. I've read quite a lot of romance lately. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a star, and I'll check back in when I've got a reading update. So I'm just coming in with a quick update on Bloody Rose. So first of all, yesterday in the UK was 27 degrees, but it felt like it was about 35, okay? And then literally the next day it's peeing down with rain and it's absolutely freezing. Like, what is with this British weather? So like, I'm not going mad being in a vest top yesterday and then a woolly cardigan today, okay? This is just what living in the UK is like. Okay, anyway, back to the book. So I've read the first sort of like 90 pages. So I was a bit confused as to what character we were following. I thought we were actually reading from the perspective of Bloody Rose, because like the band of mercenaries in the previous book went reunited to go and save the daughter, Bloody Rose, but we're actually reading from like a completely different perspective, who's joined Bloody Rose's band. So that was I was a bit confused to start with, because I was like, I thought we were actually reading from her perspective, but that's all fine. We're following Tam, whose dad is very protective of her ever since her mum died a few years ago. But her uncle wants her to like move her up in the world, go and have her own life. So he encourages her to try out to join Bloody Rose's band as a bard, and she is successful. Like, she sings a song that her mother wrote, and she joins the band and then goes on this like tour with them, and they go to this like town with like this arena. I think it's in her town actually, and there's like a competition with like fighting monsters. The band fight a cyclops, but it's not going very well, and in the end Tam steals someone's bow and arrow and then shoots a cyclops, and then she like becomes a legend in her own right, and then she's like following the band round. But like, even though she killed the cyclops, they're not letting her fight. So I'm just like, so what are we doing? But yeah, no, I am liking this one so far. I was just a bit confused to start with. I mean, I am only like 90 pages in, and it's like 500 pages long, so obviously there's a lot more that's going to happen. But we've also found out that the rest of the bands, like in this world, have gone to fight this like horde, but Rose doesn't want to go and fight the horde. She wants to like fulfill the contract, and that's what they're doing at the moment. They've currently gone to this other town, and they're like fighting a monster. Yeah, like that's really not a very good synopsis so far, but like not really much has happened. But yeah, like I am enjoying this one. I was a bit confused at first, like I said, but I'm really enjoying, like, we're straight into the action. Like, it's 30 pages in that, she's like left her dad to join the band. So like we're straight into the action, which is really good. But yeah, I'm enjoying this one so far. I think I'll read a bit more of it. I'm going out for tea later, so I'll read a bit more before I go, and then we'll see when I get back. I might switch over to Tools of Engagement this evening. But yeah, really enjoying this one so far. Hey guys, so I'm just coming in to update you as I'm now 300 pages into Bloody Rose. And guys, this one's really fun. So the band have taken on a contract, and we've just learnt that the contract is to take down a dragon called the Dragon Eater, I think. And it's like basically impossible. Like, they've gone to the person who gave them the contract, get some more details, and now they've gone and are battling the dragon. In previous chapters, like maybe sort of like 100 or so pages in, there's been like a couple of encounters that I kind of thought were a bit irrelevant, but they've actually circled back round and are related, so that's really cool. And yeah, like just being with this cast of characters, they're all really fun, they're really interesting, and yeah, this is just such a fun read. Like I've got about 200, just over 200 pages left, so I'm going to try and finish this one next. But yeah, this is really, really fun, and I'd highly recommend this series if you haven't read it. They can kind of be read as like two standalones, because like the story in the first one wraps up and like this about the daughter of one of them. It says kind of what happened in the previous book, but you don't need to read them. If you're only interested in this one or you're only interested in the first one, you can read them on their own. But yeah, this one's really, really good. I'm really glad I picked this one up. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm really excited to get this one finished. So let's crack on. Hey guys, so I'm just popping back in because I have now finished Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. I'm going to give this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said in my previous update, this cast of characters is really interesting. You've got different species and it really opens up the world, I feel like. The first book in this series, like I said, you can read them as like 2 standalones, but it felt very contained sort of just within this band, whereas this one opened up the world quite a bit more. It was really nice as well. We did get mentions and sort of cameos from the characters from the previous books. Obviously, Rose is the daughter of Gabe from the previous book, and the whole reason that the previous book happened was because Rose went on a quest, and it was just really nice being back in this world. I really enjoyed the plot of this one. It was just really cool, and like the big battle at the end was just so well written, so interesting. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, 4 stars for this one. So that's my second final book done for this readathon. So on to the next one, which is going to be Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. So mixing up the genres a bit there, but I'll check back in with you guys when I've got an update for that one. Hey guys, I'm just coming in with a quick update. I will not be reading Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey in this vlog. No reason other than this copy is from the library and it's just completely unreadable. Like someone's spilt something on it and it's all wet and it's like sticky and the pages are sticking together. It's just really not, it's not readable. So I'm going to return it and I'm just going to like mention to them that it's something's happened to it. But yeah, I tried to read the first chapter and I was just like fighting with the pages and I was just like, my hands are all sticky, I can't do this. So yeah, I think this is the only copy that my library like area has. They only have this one copy, so I thought I could reserve another copy, but yeah, it's not going well with this copy. So yeah, I'm not DNFing it, I'm just not reading that copy, but I won't be reading it for this vlog. So instead, I'm going to move on to Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. So this is going to be a continuation station. So I've done 2 final books and now continuation station, so we'll crack on with this one. Hey guys, so I'm just checking in because I have now read the first 140 pages of Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. And I have to say, I'm definitely enjoying this one a lot more than the first book. I did read that in a previous vlog, and I found that the main love interest, Knox, was just completely unbearable. I hated him. But this one's following his brother, Nash, who's the chief of police in Knock 'Em Out. I prefer him way, I definitely prefer him a lot more over Knox. And the love interest is a bit not weird, but like it's one of Knox's ex-girlfriends. Like it's just a bit of an odd choice, but I do really like her so far. I really like in how their relationship's starting to develop. And it's nice to see like some of the characters from the previous book. Knox is definitely a bit more tolerable in this book because he's like not the main character and he's just mentioned, like they've gone out for drinks and they've had like dinner at his house and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm definitely preferring these characters, and it's interesting to see the story from the first book continuing to this one, obviously with like the drive-by shooting and like the drug gang and stuff. It's also interesting to see how the events from the previous book that Nash was involved in, how they're still affecting him now, and like how he's really trying to do his best to like move through it, and how he's kind of reluctant to ask for help from people. But yeah, it's really liking this one so far. I'm really intrigued to see where this is going to go. And yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying the sort of relationship a lot more, even though it's not really like they're just kind of friends at the moment. There's not really a relationship forming. Like they definitely are attracted to each other. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this one so far. So I'll check back in with you guys when I've got another update for you all. Hey guys, just doing a quick check-in because I am now just over the 300 page mark in Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. I've got about 250-ish pages left. I'm really liking this one. So first of all, I'm loving the girl friendship between Naomi. Is it Naomi? Naomi, Lena, and Sloane. I think it's Naomi. I get confused because Knox calls her Daisy. So the female that we followed in the first, I'm sure it's Naomi. I'm really loving the female friendship between those three. Like, considering that Lena and Naomi both, I mean, Lena dated Knox briefly, or they just slept together a couple of times. Naomi's not threatened by that. She knows that Lena's got no interest in the Knox, and it's just really nice that, like, she just doesn't care. Like, they're just friends. They're really supportive of each other. And I just love Sloane being in this dynamic as well. I'm also really interested in the backstory of Sloane and Lucien. Like, why do they hate each other? But we'll find that out in the next book, I think. But yeah, like, what's the beef there? I'm really interested. And I'm loving Nash. Like, he's trying so hard to work through his issues. And yeah, like, Lena maybe came to the town not under, she wasn't very open about why she came to the town at first. And obviously, she's an insurance investigator and he's a police officer, and they're like clashing over that, and they have had a bit of fallout. But I just love that she is so open about it now, and like, Nash is trying his best, she's trying her best, and like, they aren't perfect, but they're doing their best, you know. And I just really like that. I really don't like when books try and portray the characters as just perfect. Like, we all make mistakes, we all do things that maybe we had good intentions and it doesn't come out that way. But yeah, I'm just really loving that. And it is a bit annoying how like Nash and Knox just like fight all the time, but I don't really like Knox anyway. So but yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. I'm hoping to maybe get this finished today, if not, hopefully like tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Definitely enjoying this one a lot more than the previous book. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this one, and I can't wait to continue. So yeah, I'll check back in with you guys probably when I finished it now and let you know my final thoughts. Hey guys, so I'm just checking in because I have just finished Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score, and I'm going to give this one 4 stars. I definitely enjoyed this second instalment a lot more than the first instalment. Personally, I find Nash a lot more tolerable than Knox. I just really don't like Knox. I will say that this book is so long. Like, this is nearly 600 pages. It's like 574, I think. And it's just so unnecessarily long. Like, there was a lot in this that could have been cut out. Like, there's a scene where there's a chapter where they Lena and Nash, they just go skydiving, and it was just like so just randomly placed. I was just kind of like, there's like a criminal investigation, you've got like FBI involved, like Nash has got like someone, I can't remember what it's called, but like someone who follows him around, like security, like you're in danger and you're going skydiving. Like, okay. Just like really random. And then like the third act breakup was just out of nowhere. It was really out of character, and then it was resolved within the chapter. So it's just like, there's 2 chapters there that we could have just cut. We didn't need. But yeah, I did still enjoy this one. I just think it is a bit long and there's stuff that could have been cut out. I did really enjoy the relationship. I enjoyed the character development of the 2 of them. I do feel like the ending was a bit rushed. Like, there was like 600 pages and obviously stuff is going on, and then like the storyline with the criminal gang from the first book was like really rushed at the end. It was kind of interesting how that not wrapped up, but the progress we made with that. But yeah, like, I am enjoying this. I will say though as well, there's a bonus epilogue in this. There's no warning that it spoils like the 3rd book. So you think an epilogue for the 2nd book wouldn't spoil the 3rd book, but it does. So just a warning, if you're going to read this, don't read the bonus epilogue until you've read the 3rd book. I mean, you know what's going to happen, like in a romance between 2 people, it can only go like a certain way. But yeah, that did kind of ruin the 3rd book for me. But yeah, I did enjoy this one. I'm going to give it 4 stars, and we're going to go on to the next book in this reading vlog, and the final book, which is another continuation station, and that is The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. So let's get reading. Hey guys, so I'm just coming in with an update. I have started The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake, and I got like 40-ish pages in, and yeah, I'm DNFing this one. I read the first one, I think last year, or maybe even the year before. I can't actually remember now. And I literally cannot remember a thing. And I read a recap, and the recap isn't very good. And I think I would have to reread the Atlas 6 to carry on. And I'm just not really actually that interested, to be honest with you. Like, I only read the first one because it came in a fairy loot. I did enjoy it. I did really like it. But I'm just not really interested. I just don't care. I don't want to reread it to then read the next 2 books. And I've also heard not so great things about this book, and even worse things about the 3rd book, like even from people who loved the 1st book. So I just don't think it's worth me rereading to carry on. Like, I can't, if maybe I will one day, you know, maybe if it ever interests me, I can reread the 1st one, and then I can get the 2nd and 3rd from my library. They've got it. So, you know, I don't know, like Throne of Glass is having a bit of a resurgence right now. Maybe if there's an Atlas 6 resurgence one day and I want to get in on it, like, you know, I can do it. But I'm not interested. I just can't do it. And like these characters, like the writing is just so like pretentious, and like in the first 40 pages, like they're sort of, the characters are all like fighting each other in some sort of like projection thing. I don't really know, and it just goes off on tangents. So like, whose perspective did we just read from? Like one of the girls, was it Rena? Yeah, Rena. We read from her perspective, and she's fighting one of the other initiates. But like she's fighting them, and then she just goes on off on this massive tangent about her home life, and then she's back to fighting, and then she's off on another tangent. I can't. This is really confusing. I don't think this is for me. This is not for me. And it's a shame, because I did like the 1st one, but yeah, I'm not interested enough to reread it and carry on. So I thought I could just pick that back up. I thought I had remembered enough to carry on, but clearly I haven't. So I would say if you're interested in that series, you should read them pretty close to each other. But yeah, this just, not interested. I'm not doing it. I'm not reading like foreign. I'm not rereading it. I'm not reading this. I just can't. I'm not doing it. So yeah, so that is it now for Final Book Support Group. So for this round, to wrap up, we read The Bronze Beast, which I gave 4 stars. We read Bloody Rose, which I gave 4 stars. We soft DNF'd Tools of Engagement because the library copy I had was just completely unreadable, but I will be reading that one day. So those are the 2 final books I finished. And then we read Things We Hide from the Light, which I gave 4 stars as well. And then obviously I've now DNF'd the Atlas Paradox, and I'm not sure if I'm going to reread and pick that back up. I'll have to have a think, but from right now I just think no, it's not for me. What we read was very successful. Like 4 stars is really, really good. And then obviously Tools of Engagement I will be reading, and then obviously we've had a DNF, which is a shame, but you know what, it's one series less for me to read. Like there's just too many books I want to read to reread and carry on with series that I'm not really that interested in. So yeah, that's it for this round of Final Book Support Group. I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. Comment down below if you've read any of these books. Let me know, like, do you think it's worth carrying on with the Atlas 6? I feel like you enjoyed it, you could probably talk me into it. I just want to know if it's actually worth it. Yeah, so let me know. And then please don't forget to like this video if you have enjoyed it, and then subscribe for more bookish content from me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!